Sorry I don't have a tripod, guys. Someone told me last time I did a video on this, they said I wish you had a tripod or whatever to hold your phone up, and still don't have one, unfortunately, so sorry about that. This is Tyler Ugaldi. I'm going to show you how to draw the map to multiplication. You're going to need a protractor. You're going to need one of these. And you're going to need to know what degrees on here to mark, so I'm going to provide all that for you. For those of you that are watching live, just know this is going to be probably an hour process, so if you don't want to watch it all, it's fine. You can just watch it all later or in steps, but it's going to take a while. So how I started off is I put, you put this down, you draw your circle first. So you get your circle, which is your structure, it's what you're working in there. Then you put down your protractor. And you're going to want to mark 15 degrees, 45 degrees, so 15, 45, 75 degrees, 110 degrees, 135 degrees, and 165 degrees. And this is the cool part. As above, so below. You have half a circle. As above, so below. So whatever I shall do to the top, I shall do to the bottom. That's the yin yang creating the whole circle. So you flip it around, get yourself lined up again. Make sure everything lines up symmetrically. Do the same exact thing. As above, so below. 15 degrees, 45 degrees, 75 degrees, 110 degrees, 135 degrees, 165 degrees. By the time you're done watching this video, you're going to see exactly how simple this is. And people say, the map looks way more complicated than it actually is. I will say that. But in actuality, at the end, you'll see that the Tesla didn't incorporate the 5 on there. So had he had put the 5 on there, you would see even more lines. But the reason he didn't do so is because the 5 and the 7 go back and forth with each other. But we'll get to that later. So from here, I don't know if you can see this, but from here, that's what it's looking like. Again, I'm sorry I don't have something to hold my phone up. I'm doing the best I can. That's what you should have, though. You have all your points marked off, and from there, you're just going to draw your lines from your central point out to the point you marked. Anyone can do this. Very simple. It's like you're drawing slices of a pie. It just looks way more complex than it is, but once you see how simple it is to draw, you'll see. It just looks complex, but it's not. Just like a lot of things. Okay. So this is what it should look like from there. Those are your degrees right there. As above, so below. So again, we got 15 right here, 15 degrees, 45 degrees, 75 degrees, 110 degrees, 135 degrees, 165 degrees, and then same with below, as above, so below. So that's what you should have right there. And this is where it gets tricky because I don't know how to do it another way. As far as doing a spiral out, so this is the part that takes me a long time because I actually have to draw the spiral outward. So this is the part that's going to be time consuming here. And it's really cool because with this part, when you actually draw it for yourself, you can kind of see how everything expands from a point, from a central point, and is creating outward. It's kind of cool. It gives you an understanding when you actually do it. But this is how you want to begin right here. Sorry. Trying to make this as clear as possible. You're going to do basically a clock, but you know, you're going to start your 1 at the very bottom below instead of up here. Just basically do a clock, a normal clock. Start your 1 really close, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, all the way to 12, and then from 12, you're just going to keep repeating the numbers out, and it stops at 144. That's basically all you're doing. Same thing, just still going around. Just keep going higher and you stop at 144. I just remembered to mention this too. I should probably mention this now before I go any further. But you're going to want to make sure that all your numbers kind of line up in a row. So as you're going outward, you kind of want to keep all your numbers in a straight line for every single row. So I just remember that, try and keep your numbers lined up perfectly, in the center of each column. Try and keep them perfectly centered with each other. That's one thing I should have mentioned in the beginning. Sorry. You're just getting on here. I said when I start, this might take a while, so if you want to see the after effect, you can watch it later so you can skip around to the end. I get not everybody wants to sit here for this. See, a lot of people just want to do this by computer, because a lot of people have the privilege to do this by computer, which I don't have the luxury to do. Otherwise, I could do this in 5 seconds for somebody, and I'm sure somebody else can do this with a computer probably 10 times faster. But for me, as I've said, to draw it is more effective. If you're just trying to accomplish it and have it look nice, then cool, you can do a computer. But if you really wish to understand what you're doing, and you want to understand the map and not just present it as it looks cool, then it's best you draw it to fully understand. Because again, you're seeing that a central point is birthing outward, and it's doing a vortex out, and as it's expanding out, it's creating. So this is also a principle behind the universe. It's expanding outward, and that's what Pythagoras said. The universe unfolded from a void in the center. And this is the exact principle. It's unfolding from the center in a vortex motion. So make sure when you're drawing it, too, you're understanding what you're doing. You're understanding the principles behind what you're doing. Spiral isn't perfect, but it'll work. It's one thing. If you're doing it by hand, though, you probably won't get it perfect. Computer is really the best way if you want it to be precisely perfect. Again, I don't have that program. That up. Oh well. Spiral's a little crooked. It'll work. Hey, what's up, Harshmed? I'm bad, I haven't been looking at the comments, so sorry. If you're watching, how's it going? It's probably late where you're at. takes a lot of patience to do this. Many people just want to do the computer. I understand. It's a lot of work. That's what you should have so far. Again, I know my spiral isn't perfect. Forgive me. I'm also trying to kind of hurry up for the video, so. No excuses. I remember when I very first drew this, or I very first figured out how to do this, it was the happiest day of my life, because since a kid I stared at this map feeling lost, like I had no idea how in the hell, and I had no idea how it worked, and I had basically just accepted I would never be able to figure it out. And it's funny because I actually figured out how to draw it, or I got this vision in my head how to draw this through simply looking at my fan. Because my fan is the same way. My fan had a little central point with a bunch of, lines going out like that, and I saw it, and I'm staring at my fan, and I was just like, wow, gave me the idea. And that's where I had to figure out the degrees as far as where to make my lines, which was the hardest part. Other than that, this is easy as hell. Uh-oh, running out of space on this side. You gotta space it accordingly, which I'm not doing. It's alright, I think this is the last row anyway. Should be alright. Kind of messed up there. The circle I began with, I kind of drew. I kind of went outside it. My bad. I didn't expect to make it that big. It's hard to proportion it right, but the circle that I drew in the beginning, I ended up going outside it, so I just had to blend it in kind of and erase this here. So yeah. This is my first time doing it on a smaller paper. So. Well, it's not true. I've done it before on a smaller paper, but it's been over a year, so back off. There, good as new. All right. Just barely made it. Wow. Yeah. If you ever do this on paper, I recommend you do it on a big sheet of paper that you buy from the store. I just barely made it. Ran off the edge there. That's the last number. That's the end there. 144 is where his map stops at. So that's what it should look like. Again, try and proportion it a little better. I kind of screwed up on that, but as long as you understand how to draw it. And from here, you have to figure out your lines, which is, once you start placing your lines, that's when this starts looking way more complex than it actually is. But I've taken the liberty to eliminate the need for anyone else to do that. This is my own little map on how to draw, or how to know what's what. So for instance, you're going to take all your multiples of 2. You're going to start at the very center. Wish I could get a little closer on this. Sorry, I don't have like a tripod, guys. You're going to start with the very center on the inside. So you're going to do your multiples of 2. And it's going to form the 6-sided shape. Hexagon. Wow. I know it's not perfect, forgive me. That's supposed to be a hexagon, but it's six sides basically, and it's hard to do this because your 1 and your 2 and 3 are below where your 12 is at, so it's kind of hard to make it even. Again, this is where a computer will make it precise and perfect. But as long as, again, you're understanding the principle, trust me, I'm laughing at this hexagon myself, so you can laugh, it's okay. It looks horrible, I get it. But again, as long as you're understanding what the point of this map is, this is your multiples of 2. So all multiples of 2, as you go out each line, all multiples of 2 are going to form this 6-sided hexagon, this shape here. So you go from your 12 to your 2, 2 to your 4, 4 to your 6. I wrote 5, what a jackass. 2 to your 4, 4 to your 6, 6 to your 8, 8 to your 10, and 10 back to 12, and that forms your 6-sided hexagon there. And then if you go to the ring outside of it, 24 to 26 to 28 to 30 to 32 to 34 and back to 36. You see, but it'll always form that 6-sided shape as you go out. As you go out, it'll keep going. 48 to 50 to 52 to 54 to 56 to 58 and to 60. And then your multiples of 3. Your multiples of 3 are going to be a square. And that's going to be your 2, 4, 6, and 8. Wow, great. Okay, so that was a fucking like 5-minute intermission. Great. Alright. Getting interrupted connection for no reason. Awesome. So you take your 2, your 4, 2, 4. I'm sorry, I did that wrong. You go from your 12. It's been a long time since I've done this. You go from 12 to 9, 9 to 6, and then 6 to 3. I apologize. I messed up on that. It's been over a year since I've done this map myself, so... to 9. This first one is kind of like very hard to see. You'll see when I'm finished with it. It's hard to even make anything out of it. You'll see as I go out more. But there's so much lines in this small space. It's hard to see. Like I said, the computer version is best. But again, I'm just explaining how to do it and what you're doing. So you'll get the square. You go from 12 to 9, 9 to 6, 6 to 3. 3, 6, 9, 12, and that forms your square. All multiples of 3. And so it's the same as you go out. 24 to 27, 27 to 30, 30 to 33, and back. And same thing as you go out. 72 to 74. Oh, I'm sorry. 72 to 75 to 78 and 81, and then back. So your multiples of 3 will always form the square. 4 sides. Multiples of 2 will form 6 sides, hexagon. And your triangle. Multiples of 4, so your triangle. 12. There's really no point in me doing this for the beginning part. You can't see it anyway, like I said. It's just too much activity there, but you take the 12 to the 8, the 8 to the 4, and the 4 back to the 12, and that makes your triangle, and all multiples of 4 are going to be your triangle. So as you go out, 24 to 20, 20 to 16, and 16 back to 24. It's a triangle. So again, as you go out, all your multiples of 4 are going to be a triangle as you expand out. And from here, I'm just going to do the actual map. 124 to 126. Messed up on something. 124 124 to 126, 126 to 128, 130 to 132. I thought so. How the hell I messed that up? This definitely won't be my video for YouTube because I screwed this up myself. I haven't done this in over a year, so it's kind of new to me as well. Still works, but like I said, I'm not going to put this on YouTube. I'll do a better one without my stupid errors. That's basically what the outside should look like there. You should get your hexagon, the six-sided shape, and that's your multiples of 2. 124 is the start, 124 to 126, 126 to 128, 128 to 142, oh no, I'm sorry. Yeah, 128 to 130, 130, and then 130 to 132. That's right. 132, 134, 124, 126, 128, 130, 132. And that'll be your six-sided shape on the outside. Now you do your square, which is 123, 126, 129, and 132. To 132. And that's what it should look like afterwards. You got your hexagon and your square. So the six sides is your multiples of 2, and the 3, or in the 4 side, the square is your multiples of 3. Now you're going to do your triangle, which is your multiples of 4. So you're going to go 124, 128, 132. It's not perfectly straight, but it's all good. It'll work. Alright. So you got your hexagon, square, and your triangle. Multiples of 2, 3, and 4. And this is what the map's showing you. The numbers, as they expand out, are creating geometrical shapes, and they're interacting with each other. Multiples of 2, 3, and 4 is what you're looking at so far. Hexagon, square, and your triangle. And this is where it gets tricky. Your multiples of 1 and 13, or 13, sorry. Your multiples of 13 and 11. 13 is going to be basically a 6. You can see here. Your multiples of 13 is going to be a little swirly 6, and then your multiples of 11 is going to be an opposite 6. And you're going to go 13, 26, 39, 52, 65, 78, 91, 104, 117, 130, and 143. And this is hard to do. Every map I've done this part on, the squiggly looks hard because it's kind of hard to do it and get on each number perfectly. Let you go. 143 to 130. Where was I at here? What the hell? Alright, yeah. 117, 104, 91, 78, 65, 52. Again, there's my squiggly fucked up. 52, 39, 26, 13. And the more you start adding lines, this is where everybody thinks it's so hard and tricky and complicated, but it just looks like a mess, but there's a perfect order to this. And see, so there's your squiggly that goes out. That's your 6. That's your multiples of 13. 6. So obviously you begin at the 13, you begin on 13, and again, this is where you drawing it helps because you're seeing expansion, which is creation, coming from the void, the central point, outward, and it's expanding out to create shapes, which is our reality. Everything is a geometrical shape. That's where we got shapes from, is from our reality. So 13 to 28 to 39 to 52 to 65 to 78 to 91 to 104 to 117 to 130 and 143 at the top. So that's all you're doing is a 6 basically into the center. And then the multiples of 11 is going to be the exact opposite that you just did. So it's going to go this way instead of this way. Exact opposite. And again, obviously for your multiples of 11, you're going to begin at the 11. Go the exact opposite way. And you'll end at 143 just like with the 13. They both stop at 143. Go 143, 132, 121. There we go. Into the center. Into the center. All things return to the source, back to one. All converges back to one. All returns to one. To singularity. See, when you understand that we're all one, it's not so much important as who exactly did what, because we're all a collective consciousness. We're all remembering ourselves in different veils. So you're all these people, you're all veils, and that's why I don't have an ego. It doesn't matter. It's not about your name, it's about the collective consciousness, the information that you're passing on. That's the purpose. Of course, we would like our name attached to our work, but it's not as important as the knowledge. See, so there you have it. You got your 143, 132, 121, 110, 99, 88, 77, 66, 55, 44, 33, 22, and 11. So it's expanding outward and it's converging in simultaneously. And there's your 6. Your 6, and then the opposite of the 6. That's your multiples of 13 and 11. And then you do your 7, and this is where you get all your lines. This is where the whole map comes together. You do the very last number, which is your 7, and this is where all the lines come in, and this is where everyone can get lost. So you do multiples of 7. Begin at the center, expand out. So 14 to 21, and you use your protractor. Go 14 to 21. You're going to see just how crazy this 7 gets. 7, if you can see here, 7 is kind of your crazy squiggly that goes all over the place, and this is where all the lines come in. The multiples of 7. 7 to 21, 21 to 28. To 35. 35 to 42. 42 to 49. 49 to 56. 56 to 63. 'Cause like I said, this is where it all comes to life right here. This is the 7 is what makes it all pop. 63, and it also is what increases the complexity of it. People look at it and say, what the hell is this? And it looks way harder than it actually is. The lines are what makes it so hard for some people because it's just too much going on. 70 to 77. Those are your multiples of 7. Took me a long time of staring at this damn map to even figure this out. 77 to 84. And again, it's not so hard once you learn the principle of it. Once you understand, you don't really need to look at anything. You can even do the math. 84 to 91. 91 to 98. 98 to 105. 105, 112. 112 112 to 119. To 126. 26 to 133. 133 to 140. And that's the last of your 7s. And again, he didn't incorporate the number 5 into this. Many people don't know that, but he didn't incorporate the 5 because the 5 and 7 interact back and forth with each other. And I've done a map where you do the 5, and I've even said, wow, I see why he didn't put in the 5, because when you do, it's way too much lines. You literally can't see anything. That's how it should look when you're finished. And see, all the lines make it look way harder than it is. But that's all those crazy lines are your 7. That's your 7 interacting. The 7 is doesn't make any indefinite shape. You notice that? Because your 7 is your prime number. And that's what this is. It's a map to multiplication. I don't know if you can see this. Using prime numbers and composite numbers. See that? So a prime number is a number greater than 1 whose only 2 whole numbers factor are 1 in itself. So nothing can divide or multiply evenly by 2, 3, 5, 7, 11, 13, 17, 19, etc. So all these are prime numbers, while these are composite numbers. These can be multiplied and divided evenly, right? So that's why you see how your 2, your 3, your 4 create geometrical shapes. Your 2, 3, and 4, because these are composite numbers. So what it's showing you is composite numbers create geometrical shapes, while prime numbers don't create any indefinite pattern. And that's why you have chaos with the 7. 7 is everywhere. And so is the 13 and the 11. The 11 is this way, or the 13 is this way. It's a squiggly 6, and the 11 is its mirror. And again, it's because it's a prime number. Your 7, 11, and 13 don't create geometrical shapes. And that's what this map shows you, is that prime numbers do not create geometrical shapes because they're only even to themselves. They can only go into themselves. They do not create. Your composite numbers, numbers that can be broken down, create shapes. That's a fractal pattern. That's the meaning of a fractal pattern. It means that you never get to the end. You never get to the center because it just keeps repeating and repeating and repeating and repeating. And it never ends. This right here is a graph done by Matt Jerome. I just simply copied it myself, so this isn't my work or my graph. I did draw it, but it's not my idea. It came from Matt Jerome's. But what this is a fractal pattern, and it shows you that if I had an unlimited amount of paper, meaning it never ended, I could continue this pattern forever. You would be here for the rest of your life drawing these numbers outward in this way, because this is a fractal pattern. It repeats itself to infinity. And this is a 369 code. Tesla said, if you want to know the magnificence of the universe, if you only knew the magnificence of the universe, or the magnificence of the 369, then you have a key to the universe, right? That's the magnificence of the 369. This is a fractal universe, meaning you never get to the center, you never get to the point, you never get to the end, because there is no end. It keeps going, it keeps repeating. That's a kaleidoscope. That's the point of a kaleidoscope. It keeps creating, keeps repeating, keeps repeating. So what you see here is 1, 2, 3 for your first number here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So that's motion going this way, and this is half of your circle. Picture this as half of a circle right here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6 right here. That's half your circle. That's as above. Let's say this is as above. That's half a circle. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then you've got on the opposite side of it, you've got your other half to your circle. 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. This is going this way while this is going this way, and this is the yin and this is the yang. You see, as above, so below. It's perfectly even. This is the point of a fractal pattern. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. And then when you go back to the 1, above the 1 is 13, the next number from the last one, 12. So 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, and then you go back to your 7 and look above it. There's your 19, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24. And what you'll find is all of this breaks down to 369, 369, 369, 369, 369, 369, to infinity. Need I say more? So this is what Tesla meant by understanding the magnificence of the 3, 6, and 9. There's so many videos that have explanations on this, and it's as simple as this right here. This is the magnificence of the 3, 6, 9. The 3, 6, and 9 is just like phi. Phi repeats itself to infinity because 1 equals phi as phi equals 1. And it's the same principle with this. All Tesla did was find his unique own pattern, his own fractal pattern, because I don't know exactly who discovered phi, but whoever discovered phi discovered a unique fractal pattern in nature. And this is Tesla's unique fractal pattern and finding in nature, is the 3, 6, 9. 3, 6, and 9 can repeat. They're the only three numbers from 1 through 10, which again, 0 is not an actual number. It has no meaning. It has no creation. 0 is the void, is the whole, is the center point. That's all the 0 is. 0 was created to create debt. That's all the 0 has. The 0 has no meaning. You cannot have value in 0. 0 is your void, so 0 is not an actual number. But any number 1 through 9, out of all those numbers, 1 through 9, 3, 6, and 9 are the only three that can repeat themselves to infinity. And when you understand this is a fractal universe, you'll understand the magnificence behind 3, 6, and 9. What Tesla was telling you, basically, is this universe is a fractal universe. It's fractal. It's repeating itself to infinity. So if you understand that, you understand the universe. You have the key to the universe because you're understanding it's to infinity. It's a fractal pattern. So, again, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then above it is 13, 14, 15, 16. Well, what's 13? 1 plus 3 equals 4. 14, 1 plus 5 equals 5. 1 plus 5 equals 6. So what you're doing is, again, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and it's repeating itself. It's repeating itself to infinity. I don't know if you know the number code, but the number code is with blue. Blue is 741, 147. The 1, 4, and 7 is associated with the blue. Blue, yellow, red. The yellow is your 2, 5, and 8, and your red is your 3, 6, and 9. Right? And this is the 3, 6, 9 code. This is 3, 6, and 9 repeating. When you're seeing red, yellow, blue, red, yellow, blue, red, yellow, blue, that's 3, 6, and 9. That's 3, 6, and 9 repeating. So again, you keep turning it. It's alternating. 16, 17, 18. 1 plus 6 is 7. 1 plus 7, 17 is 8. 1 plus 8 is 9. 19. So 9. And then you go to the 7. 19. 1 plus 9 is 2. Or no, 31. 3 plus 1 is 4, so you have 4. 32. 3 plus 2 equals 5. It's again repeating. Blue, yellow, red. Blue, yellow, red. It's repeating to infinity. You get the point. So again, if I had an unlimited amount of paper, this would repeat itself to infinity. As would this. This would just continue to go on, and this is the point of creation. It just continues to go on and go on and go on, and it has no end. You never reach the circle. You never reach the dot. And that's what DMT shows you. DMT sucks you out of your body and puts you into a torus field, basically a hole. and it sucks you through this hole, and it's basically like a kaleidoscope. You keep seeing patterns and patterns and patterns repeat and repeat and repeat. And for me personally, I saw this my first time. I was seeing everything repeat and repeat and repeat, and I didn't break this realm I was in, because I was seeing the same thing over and over again. I didn't break this realm until I had said, it's me, I am that I am. And as soon as I said, I am that I am, every single thing around me almost exploded. Like it was a magic moment. Every single thing around me exploded. Like I broke the system. I broke the machine or whatever I was in by simply realizing, this is me, I am that I am. And as soon as I said that, everything around me disappeared. It exploded. It was like a huge connection being made beyond the physical. That's the point of a fractal pattern, is realizing you're staring at one point, you're staring at it, and it keeps coming at you, and it looks like you're getting closer, but you never get to the end. You never make it to the point. That's the meaning of infinity. You think you're traveling, you think you're making it somewhere. That's why I say it's not in the destination. There is no destination, because you never can make it to where you're thinking is there. There is no end. That's why I'm saying to people, there is no destination. It's in the journey. The purpose is in the journey itself. Once you understand you're infinite, once you understand the meaning of infinite, you no longer try and make it to a destination. You no longer try and acquire all the knowledge, because you never can. That's what this realization is. It can bring you peace to realize you don't have to try and do anything. That's why I love Alan Watts' quote, to simply exist is the meaning, and everybody runs around like they have to do something beyond themselves. The purpose is in the journey. There is no destination. Once you realize you are infinite and you have from now until forever, you'll no longer rush anywhere. I used to always be in the store, and I know I'm getting off topic. I'm going to end this video right now. But I used to always be in the store and be in a rush and be cranky to people. I'm not going to lie. I'd be cranky. Even when I drive, cranky. I got to hurry, 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 hurry. And this has all changed my life, because you realize, where are you rushing to get to? Is it really that important for you to get your eggs right now? Do you really need your milk right now? Or can you wait 5 minutes for someone who's having a bad day or someone who's being slow to just freaking wait? It's not that important. We lose the touch with the magic in the journey and get so worked up over absolutely nothing. We're in such a rush, for nothing. But like I said, I'm going to end this video. You can watch it later if you want. I'm not putting this on YouTube because I kind of screwed up along the way. I didn't screw up the map, but I kind of screwed up my words and how I taught it. But again, I haven't drawn this in over a year, so it was a little dry in my mind. So I'll make a new video for YouTube again and post it on YouTube. But for now, hopefully you can go off of this. If you have any questions, or you want me to send you a picture of this map that I made here of primes and composites, or you want me to send you a picture of this, feel free, let me know. I'll just put it in your inbox. But this is basically a key on how to draw it. If you need it, let me know. I'll have a good night.